on a night where the Lakers won their 6th straight, guys, they've won 10 of their last 11. Very little could probably feel bigger or better right now. But the Lakers do have something that does. Obviously, Luka Doncic makes his Laker debut. First game since signing with the Lakers just over a week ago. There's plenty to get to in this wire-to-wire win, 132-113 over the Jazz. But we start with the big story. Number 77 in a Laker uniform, big game. Obviously, last played Christmas Day, so in limited minutes. Luka, 23 minutes, 14, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. You were down there at the arena. Just quantify the atmosphere and also your initial reactions.
Yeah. Fortunately, Geet and I were fortunate enough to be down there tonight. And, it was, I don't want to compare it to any other night, but I remember Kobe's, the game he hit 60. Byron was there, and all the celebrities and everybody who didn't travel all around the world, but walking into the arena, you could just feel something different. People had their 77s, and once you got in there, it was just very, strong feeling of anticipation of him even coming on the floor. And then when we were doing our broadcast, he came out, it was just this big roar. And so I think people are really excited about what, we have. It's just not a trade where we're going to have a player for 2-3 years. This is possibly 10, 12 years. And, to go along with what we already had going, trending in the right direction, it's just, we have 2 Magic Johnsons on the floor now, with he and LeBron. So, but every time he touched the ball, every time he took a warm-up shot and hit one, people they were just going crazy. So, yeah, we haven't had this since Magic, since Kareem, since, LeBron, Kobe. It's one of those type of feelings.
Yeah, I think, like Clever said, the anticipation of him just putting that Laker uniform on and coming out provides that hope of, that championship caliber players here, somebody to build around in the future. And Braz and I talked, before the game started about, this trade being good for both teams. Dallas, they want to win now. And we got the player in Luka, who's a megastar at 25 years old, who can have this uniform on for the next 10 years. Yeah. And you got something to build around. So in L.A., you see so much excitement because of the fact that you have you had one of the top 3-4 players in the NBA on your team at 25 years old to go along with a 40-year-old who's playing at a very high level, and the rest of the group that is playing extremely well, Austin Reeves, Rui, all those guys are playing really good. And you could even see it with the players. Just his arrival, it's the excitement that the players are even having, thinking about playing alongside of Luka and LeBron. It just brings that added motivation for these guys to go out and play well, play together. But I think it really just brings excitement back to Los Angeles.
Great calls. I wish I was there. We kept lamenting on the pregame show. You and Geeter got to go down there. 3 of us holding down court here in El Segundo. All right, fine.
We did great.
We did great.
We did. I know you want to be there live.
We're just a little envious, James. We're a little envious.
You want to be there live, but we did great.
Always complaining about being in crypto. Always complaining about being there.
And I love how you're like, all right, Geeter, let's go get some food. Yeah. All right.
Jabbing us.
But I mean, I think Luka met the moment. Okay, it's going to be hard for him to jump right in. Hasn't played in 47 days, James. That's a long time off. I like how they rested him the entire 4th quarter. Lakers up 25 going into it. And he played 24 minutes. I believe that's exactly what you predicted pregame, Byron, that he was going to play 24 minutes. Not sure if there's an official minutes restriction. I'm guessing there is. We haven't heard anything, specific numbers yet, but I thought he and LeBron played perfectly together, Allie. There was one great play where Luka got the rebound, found LeBron all the way down at the end of the court. That's another thing to look for. Both these guys like to take the defensive rebound and immediately look down court, like they're Mahomes. Oops, Jalen Hurts.
Except last game. There you go.
That hurts. Well played. I think, too, you point out the celebrities, the energy, et cetera, that we always see, right, down at Crypto.com Arena. But I thought it was very special to see a Mav lifer in Dirk Nowitzki. Obviously, he said he had to be here. The Mavs are playing tonight. He said, but he had to be here. He was excited for this fresh new start for Luka Doncic. So I just think that respect says so much about Luka. Let's give a little love to Jackson Hayes, who was perfect from the floor, 12 points, 6 of 6. Big game, you said it. He was one of the players of the game. He was definitely a recipient of Luka Doncic on the floor.
you know, having LeBron on your team, and most recently, you know, Austin Reeves being a great playmaker as well. But a guy like Hayes, you know, your eyes just light up when you have a guy like Luka who could find you anywhere on the court from any place that he is, whether it's a 3-foot pass or one of those, you know, slingshot 40-footers. So, yeah, it's got to be nice playing with him on the floor.
Yeah, I mean, he brings so much excitement. He plays extremely hard. We know that. He has to understand now, being in this new role as a starter right now, that he has to be a little bit smarter. Can't play with reckless abandon like he was able to play when AD was here, because there's a little bit more responsibility for him on the defensive end. But offensively, he understands right now, if I rim run, you know, if I set good picks, I'm going to get lobs all single day. And he'll mess around from this point on and probably have about 70, 85% field goal percentage because he's taking nothing but layups and dunks, you know, and offensive rebounds. So he's got to love where he is right now and the way he's playing, because of the fact that he can really, really excel in this offense with those two playmakers, along with Austin, you know, being able to get him the ball for easy opportunities.
What a weird few days for Jackson Hayes. Okay, the Lakers make another big move 4 days ago, whatever it was, 5 days ago.
Right.
I lost track. And all of a sudden, here comes Mark Williams, a double-double beast, James, a killer in the paint. Well, obviously that trade's been rescinded for now, we think. And Jackson Hayes has to change up his mindset yet again from, okay, I'm a starter, to, okay, here comes Mark Williams, probably coming off the bench, to back in the starting lineup. I thought he looked great tonight. He's going to be one of the many players that Luka is going to help elevate. Just having Luka and LeBron out there at the same time, I loved how Rui kept doing good things. He's going to have a lot of open looks. Austin Reeves kept on doing his thing. Nothing changing for him. And Jackson Hayes even gets elevated a little bit. And Jordan Goodwin, wow, impressive. This is his second NBA game in 10 months. And he looked great out there.
You're leading me to my next thought, Bruz, because there's the Luka magic, which is obviously Luka for himself, but then there's the Luka effect, right? And when you talk about other guys, Rui having 21, Austin another 22-point game, Braun 24, 7, and 8. And again, I understand that it was in limited minutes for Luka in just his first game here, but there's been this narrative and a lot of talk, Byron, about whether or not Luka and LeBron could share the floor together. Then you add a guy like Austin Reeves into the mix. What did you see tonight? Because I know we were sitting there watching the game, especially in that first quarter, the energy behind the basketball, the assist, the amount of times Luka could have finished a possession with a shot, but instead found guys on the three-point line. He's one of the best assist guys to the three.
Yeah, I mean, he made some passes tonight that were just amazing. You know, his vision on the basketball court is amazing as well. I mean, he can see the whole floor. He sees plays in slow motions. He sees them in frames because he's such a great passer and such a willing passer. I think what this does for the offense, you're going to see so many guys passing up open shots to get better shots because of the effect of Luka and the way he passes the ball. So the offense is going to open up a little bit more. Guys are going to get more open shots. Like we said, me and Brez was in there talking about, look at Rui. He's going to get more open shots than he's never had in his life.
Yep.
And it's all about just catching in the moment and knocking them down, you know. So the offense is going to continue to expand with these two guys because they're such great passers and they're such great willing passers. You know, so as a teammate, you got to love that about them guys. And now it's just making sure when you catch it, you're ready. You know, and when you don't have the shot, look to get to the basket because it's going to be a drive and kick game.
Guess it's exactly what you said in the pregame. It's like having two magics.
Yeah.
And plus, you know, Luka has a different kind of a talent. He lures defensive ends. You know what I mean? He's very slow and methodical. He'll stop, he'll jerk, and before you know it, he'll have 2 or 3 defensive players coming at him late, and that's when he'll make one of those passes to the corner. So it's going to be really interesting for the players to, you know, get used to that tendency because not only does he collapse the defense, he kind of sucks everybody into him. And so it's going to be a lot of open shots if played properly.